Nice shot to the head by the Spanish fighter. And the ref is in between. Here we are again with this fight on list number 2, and the ref's in between. And from what I've seen from this fight, there will probably not be a third round needed. The left-hand side, France and Spain getting ready for round number 2. Now we get a close-up of Austrian fighter Joji Ishikawa, waiting for the decision on his fight. Spain and France are getting it on again. Off we go. Round number 2, Spain versus France in the 1 versus 1 longsword tournament. Let me remind you, we're still in the group stage. Finals will be held this afternoon. A few good shots to the head now by the Spanish fighter, and his French opponent now hammering down on him. Two very strong shots now. Two very strong shots now. On the right-hand side, on list number 2, Austria has won the third day. And this fight is stopped between France and Spain, and this is a close one to call, I think. We'll have to see what the judges say.
Kolejna przerwa.
To teraz pojawi się na drugich szrankach. Są to zawodnicy z Walii, prawdopodobnie?
Już mówię. W drugich szrankach mamy teraz zawodnik z Walii i zawodnik z Japonii. So now, let us have Wales versus Japan in list number 2. And the people to prepare will be
and on list number 2 we heard it.
versus
Wales
Ireland.
and Japan are supposed to get ready. We see the fighter from Japan and the fighter from Wales on the left-hand side of your screen in the black and yellow tabard with the red dragon on the chest. Japan dot. But I can't seem to close his visor. And it looks to me as if on the left-hand list we have to wait for a decision, but that does not look as if that fight was over just as yet. And maybe we'll get a third round there. Here, however, we can see Wales and Japan getting ready for their fight. And here we go. Reach and size advantage for the Welsh fighter. His Japanese opponent a bit shorter than him. But his spare sword is already ready, and here we go again. Only a few seconds into this first round when his sword shattered. And that's not good for your mental health either, because that really harms you. You're hoping your sword is not going to break again. And that probably makes you think a little bit too much. But it doesn't look as if that was harming him too badly here. On the left-hand side of the list, on list number 1. Spain and France getting it on again. Now a few good shots from the Welsh fighter, as we can see here, after his opponent almost dropped his weapon. And the refs in between them stops this first round, while on the left-hand side, Spain and France are still battling for a decision in their 3-round war now. The Spanish fighter up against the fence again, and his French opponent trying to hammer down on him. But these fighters have been very close over the past 2 rounds, and it looks as though the 3rd round was gonna go either way. A very difficult bout to score. I'm giving a slight advantage to the French fighter as we're waiting for Japan and Wales to commence their 2nd round. Here we are again with Spain versus France. And the ref in between them stops the fight after the 3rd round. And that is not the Spanish flag that we see on the right-hand side down there. That is the Lithuanian flag. Now we're waiting for the decision in France versus Spain, while on the right side of the list, on list number 2, Wales and Japan are getting it on again for round number 2. Locked up in the clinch now, trying to get a takedown, but the Welsh fighter did well to get out of there again. Two very aggressive fighters, putting on a good show for the fans. Trying to get a takedown there. Few hard shots with the back of the sword, with the hilt of the sword to the back of the head. And apparently France and Spain will have to go another round. Helmet is back on the French fighter, as I can see from up here. While the Japanese fighter now clinched up against the cage, against the fence. And the refs in between them to stop this round. And you can see how gassed the Japanese fighter is. He's just hanging in there. Few sips of water for the Welsh fighter now, who seems to be gassing just as much as his Japanese opponent. It's been a hard fight that's taken a lot out of both of them. While on the left-hand side of the list, Spain and France are going for yet another round. And off we go. I reckon before it was a very, very close fight, very difficult to score, and obviously no fighter has been able to take the upper hand in the first rounds. So here we go with yet another tiebreaker round. And the ref stops them. In between them again. Quick shot to the face with the tip of the sword. But you can see that both men are tired by now. 4 rounds of fighting takes quite a lot out of you. And the refs in between them stopping the fight. French fighter took a little bit longer than his opponent to notice that the fight was already over. And let's hope that these two men can get a bit of rest now.
W takim uzbrojeniu jest naprawdę ciężką sprawą. Wymaga nie lada kondycji. 2, że oddychanie jest bardzo utrudnione w takich hełmach, bo to przecież zasłania prawie całą twarz. Tak więc nie dość, że siła fizyczna, to jeszcze duża kondycja i odporność na ciosy, także naprawdę ktokolwiek wygra ten pojedynek, to wielkie brawa będą się należały dla obydwu walczących.
Waiting for a decision on Spain versus France. Ireland in the blue tabard with the harp on it. Luxembourg in the blue and white stripes with a red crowned lion on the front.
Argentina.
By very good use of his defense, landing a few good shots to his opponent. Apparently some problem with his finger shields though. And we have a decision on Spain versus France. The victory goes to Spain.
Bardzo niewielką ilością punktów, to była bardzo wyrównana walka. Wygrywa Hiszpania.
Between Ireland and Luxembourg.
And now, the next pair for list number 1 will be England versus Poland.
And on list number 1, the next fight will be
Lithuania.
The fighter from Luxembourg and his Irish opponent. Off to the corners, getting a few moments of rest, catching the breath. And on list number 1, we can already see England and Poland getting ready. First appearance of the Polish fighter in front of his home crowd today.
Ostatnie podpowiedzi od trenerów.
And now in the top corner you can see Luxembourg captain Laurent Bemtgen giving a few instructions to his fighter. And if I read that correctly, that meant hit him with the pommel in the face. On the left-hand side, England and Poland getting ready for round number 1 as Luxembourg and Ireland are going to war for a second round.
Poznajecie tą chorągiew, proszę Państwa, to jest chorągiew krakowska, to są polskie barwy, także walczy dla Państwa Polak, reprezentant Polski przeciwko reprezentantowi Anglii.
Good shot to the leg by the Irish fighter now.
Faworytów, to prosimy o gorący doping.